Assalamu alaikum, welcome to 1 p.m. 9 p.m. English News Edition, The Netherlands. Finalization of the Africa Governance Report 2023. For international scene, the government planned $9 million USD for the construction of industrial policy in Kenya. Those are the headlines and welcome to the national news. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Miguel, in a congratulatory message, which is a success and achievement to Mr. HPN related yesterday Friday to the Chinese Prime Magistracy. They are absolutely confident that you are inspiring your people and all the force of your nation is undoubtedly the results of the unfailing commitment to development of your country and well-being of your people. We are delighted that you have been reelected today of your country that is under your leadership at the head of China, that Republic of Djibouti has reached its highest level of cooperation and with partnership with the People's Republic of China. President Gele say, reiterating his warm congratulations to the President Xi Jinping. The President of the National Assembly, His Excellency the late Mohammed Al-Laita, and received message of congratulations from the President of the Parliamentarian Assembly of la Francophonie, Mrs. Francis Drouin. In his correspondence, Mrs. Francis Drouin expressed her warm congratulations to her counterpart, his counterpart and friend, the President of the National Assembly. To the opportunity for him to salute her fine political career and the especially commitment for the strengthening parliamentary diplomacy within the body of the Parliamentary Assembly, la Francophonie. Mrs. Drouin also assured the President of the National Assembly of the full availability of the Parliamentary Assembly of la Francophonie to work alongside in the National Assembly of Djibouti. The Republic of Djibouti hosted this Saturday, March 11, and the expert meeting on the finalization of the report Governance in Africa 2023 at the Hotel Kempinski. The purpose of this meeting is to ensure that the recommendation made by African Union member states regarding the BSC mandate are effectively reflected in the consolidated version of the report. It also discussed member states' observation on the capitalization and constitutional change of governance. The background conclusion and recommendation of the report. The main objective of this evaluation process is therefore to ensure that the consolidated version of the HR 2023 reflects the recommendation made by member state and that any proposed recommendation do not contradict the African Union's values and legal framework. That the representative of the APRM Continental Secretary, Mrs. Batloka Makoya expressed her pleasure at having participated in this high-level meeting on the finalization of the African Government's Report 2023, and then she thanked the Republic of Djibouti for the hospitality and welcoming the stand to the participant of this important meeting.
To me to address this auspicious meeting of the African Union Peace and Security Council. Experts joined by the experts of the PLC Subcommittee on Human Rights, Democracy and Governance for the finalization of the Africa Governance Report 2023. On behalf of Professor Di Maloka and indeed the entire APRM Continental Secretariat, I kindly wish to convey our sincere appreciation and gratitude to the government and the people of Djibouti, our gracious host, for the warm and brotherly welcome, as well as the legendary hospitality
Then the president of the national coordinator of the APMR in the Republic of Djibouti, Mr. Hamid Mohamed Aden, welcomed the occasion of this high-level technical meeting. A high-state save game, the Kazakhstan favorite of the tournament has respected its rank by coming to the end of our Nepal Ethiopia, which has also not deserved. In the other match, Djibouti and Uganda delivered a match of anthology to complete the Bandiam. A fair play match appeared light for the spectators, which will highlight both teams. As in the women's category, Mauritius extinguished the debate and easily defeated Uganda. A final again won by Iceland, a country for the third place. Ethiopia did not make any detail in front of its small public came to encourage it. She outclassed her neighbor Kenya. The event was attended by the Secretary of State for Sport, His Excellency Hassan Mohamed Kamil, the Secretary General of the Mrs. Khadija Ibrahim Idris, the President of the Djibouti Table Tennis Federation, the Vice President of the African Table Tennis Federation, the President of the East African Table Tennis Zone, and several officials of MAPA of the Federation, especially mentioned to the first for the quality of their work, but especially the rigor and professional they have shown throughout the tournament.
Very good to be here. It's very good to be in the tournament, in this tournament, and everything is so far so good. We finished in second place, and it's enough for us to qualify for the African Championship, which held in Tunisia. So far so good. Djibouti is very good. It's very hot, of course, so it's better to have played in this stadium, in this venue, so thank you.
Under the auspices of the Secretary of State for Sport, the King Fahd Stadium hosted yesterday the launch of the first championship of archery. Please listen for more details with Qasr.
Space of the Secretary of State for Sport, the King Fahd Stadium hosted yesterday the launch of the first championship of archery. This first championship saw the participation of 20 archers from Djibouti City and the region of Arta for the category Classical Boy. At the end of the competition, the winners were awarded medals and trophies by the President of Djibouti Archery Federation, Mr. Ali Ibrahim Musa, and his staff. In an interview, the President of the Djibouti Archery Federation, Ali Ibrahim Musa, congratulated all the groups for the good organization of the first championship of archery in Djibouti. He also thanked the Secretary of State for Sport for this kind of constant and unconditional support. He recalled that Djibouti Archery Federation is the 38th African federation for the join of International Archery Federation.
My full name is Usman Dara Ali. I'm very glad today because we are playing the champion of Tirelak. We are in the terrain of Stade Pografet, and we hope to be best player of here, the terrain Biralak, because we like our game player Tirelak. Also, we hope to be the best player of play the Djibouti, and we hope to be a higher of. Inshallah, we shall take international champion of the Djibouti if Allah allows us.
The Minister of Digital Economy and Innovation and strengthened the capacity of ensuring executive of the public administration in the file of information system security that will fully of the information system security that will fully contribute to developing of human capital, smart talent of the smart nation roadmap through the Vision 2030. His Excellency the President of the Republic and his government have made digital the cross-cutting pillar of the country's development and growth program. This reflects on the one hand in a series of projects for the democratization of administrative procedure of the state service, and on the other hand, in the importance investment for developing of telecommunication data processing and storage infrastructure. This institution can only be achieved in environment conducive to digital transformation where users feel safe within controlled risk and protected from threats related to development of digital technology such as insertion, disruption of normal operation, exploration of information in digital infrastructure and services. It is also the role of cybersecurity to provide these necessary tools to reduce the probability of attacks and to ensure the management of security incidents. Among these tools, capacity building. In speaking, the Secretary General of Digital Economy was pleased to close the training for executive engineers of the state to strengthen the skills in cyber security. The Jamhuri Public Health Institute of the Ministry of Health and the Directorate of Livestock and Veterinary Service of the Ministry of Agriculture, Fishery, Livestock organize a preparatory meeting for participation call for tender for a project financed by the World Bank through the Pandemic Control Fund. The objective of this project is to improve human and animal health, One Health, with a view to stand up a common framework for preparing and responding to possible endemic. Both parties have made initial requests for funding with a proposal of $10 million. This project contributes to the strengthening of intra and intra-sectoral coordination in order to enhance epidemiological surveillance of human and animal health, strengthen the capacity of public and animal health laboratory, strengthen a multi-sectoral approach with the One Health approach, as well as the improvement of the forward-looking management of jobs and skills required within the ministries concerned in collaboration with the implementing partners. The Center for Tactical and Technical Training of Armed Forces hosted this morning a closing ceremony of two basic specialty courses in the field of military music and armor technology. This ceremony, chaired by the Chief of General Staff of the Armed Forces, Lieutenant General Secretary Sheikh Ibrahim, was organized for the benefit of military required to transfer to KM Sheikh Usman since 2021, those who have previously completed their respective training. Lieutenant General Secretary Sheikh Ibrahim was received at the city by Colonel Dahir Hassan Abdi, Chief of the Corps of the Armored Regime and the Commander of the Army ceremony. As it is customary, the troop of honor composed of the female person of the armed force was also in the front of row to welcome the General.
C'est-à-dire c'était musique, c'était tireur investigation, pilote investigation rassemblé pour la cérémonie. Mes devoirs en général.
In the chronological continuation of this event, the ceremony, which began with the review of the tour made by General Allah, continued by reading of a Quran verse and a speech of the Chief of the Corps Army Forces, Colonel Dahir Hassan Abdi.
ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما صدق الله العظيم. Monsieur le général chef d'état-major général des armées, Monsieur le général de brigade chef d'état-major de la défense, officiers, sous-officiers, honorable invité.
Then the proclamation of the result was made by Lieutenant Colonel Younis Elmi, Vice Director of Human Resources of the Egyptian Army, the first one of each promotion received the congratulation of General who awarded them in person the diplomat and certificate related to this training. Finally, Lieutenant General Secretary Ibrahim and the graduate of the training course Katri in front of the camera to mark the day with the traditional family photo.
Deuxième classe Ahmed Jama Elmi. Deuxième classe Khadr Saïd Ali. Deuxième classe Moussa Hassan Witi. Pour la filière musique. Deuxième classe Abdo Khalil Abdo. Deuxième classe Asma Ismail Ahmed. Caporal Mohamed Hared. À présent, j'invite le général Soldat à venir pour procéder à la remise des diplômes et des récompenses.
بيلوتاج امين عمر براج غيزيمو بلاندي كم شيخ عثمان ابو جامع زرقال محمد احمد غلط غيزيمو بلاندي كم شيخ عثمان ابو جامع زرقال بلوتاش سلام عليكم غيزيمو بلاندي كم شيخ عثمان ابو جامع زرقال
The closing ceremony of this military formation was finally concluded around a drink prepared for these purpose and by a presentation of President. In the same moment, it was not missed to make the dua of this event just before the Basha of the Jarab.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم في العالمين انك حميد مجيد. ذنبنا الله داف مغفريه ذنبنا فلا نسيهم. مناسبه اسكن من يسبح الله كير مرادكينا خير الله نسيهم. بلدكينا اما الله كير دولتنا تجرت الله كير عيدكينا ملك سوجي امني اما الله كير انك يركوي عيسى يشرفنا الله نغير. شيخ البلد الله ونحرس أبيه ومضى الله ونحرس جماعة ذي كجرا ودرم الله ونحرس إنك نوحي بورية برينا قدر ودرم الله ونحرس قبرها الله ونورا يا الله وشفيعات قالوا نبي جيال كيس عكس الله حيريو أي سبحانه وتعالى مغفر ذنبنا فلا نسيه سيدنا هالك أبو كلنا وفرح حسنا جنة الله نقول بي وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد الفاتح.
The customers of Brigade of Ali Sabi, in collaboration with Team Policy, the management of Ali Sabi allowed the port to size a larger amount of smuggled goods consisting of bags containing smuggled cat of 2,900 kilograms, as well as no alcoholic beverage, spirit, medicine, syrup, milk in the sector of Galilee. The smuggler wanted to bring in quantity to the city. The second operation took place in Hol, the Al-Sabi Customer Brigade, collaboration with the Army of Hol School, intercepted large quantity of smuggled goods and merchandise in the outskirts of the Hol locality. And for the international scene, the Kenyan government plans to mobilize about $38.8 million for developing of social capability system from the Taswid al-Asra.
Kenyan government plans to mobilize about $38.8 million for the development of industrial clusters in the country. The Kenyan President William Ruto made the announcement on Tuesday, March 7, during a meeting with officials of a special economic zone in Nairobi. The Kenyan government is planning to invest nearly $39 million for the realization of industrial cluster in the country. The announcement was made Tuesday, March 7, at the meeting with officials of a special economic zone in Nairobi. According to the Kenyan authorities, once the industrial cluster will strengthen the country's economic sector while providing opportunities to create and manage more activity along the economic value chain. According to Kenyan President William Ruto, as part of the establishment of these industrial clusters, each of 47 regions in the country will receive about $856,000 for this purpose. This fund will enable them to set up an industrial cluster for economic activities of specialization specific to this region. According to a report by the African Development Bank published in November 2022, Kenya has entered the top 10 of the best performing African countries industrialization in 2021. In Kenya, the manufacturing sector accounts for nearly 9% of GDP. The goal here is to increase this percentage to 15%.
That's it for this edition. Thanks for attention. A wonderful evening.